Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
What's good, everybody? This is your man, the Todd voice, back with another YouTube video. You know what's crazy? People always ask, why am I single? But nobody ever asks, what am I choosing to ignore? See, dating apps didn't just change how we meet people, they changed how fast we meet people. And when everything moves fast, sometimes we stop paying attention. When we get up in those pictures, we think chemistry, excitement of getting a match, there's conversations, and before you know it, you're overlooking things that would have had you walking away if you met that same person in real life. Now, today, I want to talk about something that's all over social media, red flags. Everybody's got a list now. Men have red flags, women have red flags. The internet is full of red flags for everything. And honestly, I do think some red flags are real. Not because they automatically make a person bad, but because there are behaviors that should make us slow down and pay attention before we invest our time and emotions. One thing I've noticed is that patterns matter more than isolated moments. Somebody has an empty profile. Is that automatically a red flag? Not necessarily. Maybe they just don't like writing bios, or maybe they just got the app like 5 minutes ago, but it does make you pause. If someone can't tell me a little bit about themselves, I start to wonder how much effort they are really putting into trying to meet somebody. Here's another thing that people don't like to talk about. Attraction changes the way we see people, let's be honest. An average looking person gives one-word answers and we think, and then we're automatically not interested. But if a really attractive person says that same word answer, we're saying to ourselves, well, maybe they're just busy. You know, an average person has a bio full of warning signs and you swipe left, but an attractive person has the same exact bio, you're making excuses. Like maybe they didn't mean it like that, or maybe I should just give them another chance. We've all done it. You've done it, I've done it. And that's why I keep coming back to this one thought. Don't let attraction talk you out of your common sense, because looks might get your attention, but they don't guarantee honesty, they don't guarantee kindness, and they don't guarantee consistency, and they don't guarantee that somebody's ready for a healthy relationship. Another one I hear is people saying, no drama. Now, maybe they genuinely do want a peaceful relationship. There's nothing wrong with that. But sometimes I wonder, why are you leading with that? Like drama? That shouldn't even be in the bio. What happened to make you lead with that? And again, I'm not saying it's automatically a deal breaker. I'm just saying that's something that's worth paying attention to, because that's a red flag, and that's what red flags are. Not automatic disqualifiers, but signs that make us slow down just a little bit and look a little bit closer to what's going on. One thing I've learned as I've gotten older is dating isn't about finding someone that's perfect. We all have baggage. We all have things we need to work on. But the real question is, can two people recognize their flaws, communicate honestly, and grow together? Because I think that's where a healthy relationship will come from. Not in perfection, but in accountability. So before we wrap this up, let me leave you with this. One thing I've noticed, that attraction has a way of making all of us negotiate within ourselves. We'll see somebody that'll probably make us pause, but because we're attracted, we start talking ourselves out of what we're actually seeing. We've all been there. Tell ourselves, maybe I'm overthinking it. Maybe it'll get better. Maybe they didn't mean it like that. And then before you know it, we've ignored something deep. We've ignored something that deep down deserves more attention. And that's why I keep coming back to this one thought. Don't let attraction talk you out of common sense. That's not pointing fingers at anyone. That's just a reminder for me as much as it is for you. Because if we're honest, every one of us has ignored red flags because we love the package. The goal isn't to assume the worst about people. It's to enjoy getting to know someone without convincing ourselves that obvious problems aren't really there. You know, we owe ourselves that much. We all deserve a relationship. If we deserve to have a relationship that doesn't disturb our peace. So tell me, what's the biggest red flag you've ignored? Or maybe a red flag someone ignored about you And now later on, you can see why. So drop it on in the line. And let's have a conversation about this, a real one.
Y'all, so I have been online dating for 1,000 years, so I'm just going to give you a few things to look out for. I'm gonna be spitting off the dome, so don't mind me as I ramble. But anyway, if a man is moving too quickly, red flag. He wanna do this and do that and be married and be kids and y'all gonna go on trips together, red flag. He started talking about his past too much, his past relationships, past baby mamas, his past traumas too soon, red flag. Sir, we haven't even went on a date yet. Like, you're making me not want to get to know you, period. A man who talks too much and not allowing the woman to respond, red flag. A man who is just argumentative, he has rebuttal for everything that you say in an aggressive way, red flag. You know what I'm saying? If a man, depending on the type of relationship you're looking for, right? If you say that, you're looking for a long-term relationship and he says that he's also looking for a long-term relationship, but his actions does not show it, red flag. Skeet. You got to go. If a man's first meeting you is okay with you coming to his house or he asks to come to yours, red flag. Get rid of him. Because why are you comfortable with a stranger coming to your house? More importantly, why are you okay with going to a stranger's house? Why do you think you can come to my house? No. When I first meet somebody, I want to, we talking online, I want to make sure the conversation is kosher before I ever meet you. I don't care what the vibe could be in person. If the communication is not right prior to us meeting, you'll never see me, right? And then you'll never come to my home. Y'all know I openly date a 52-year-old, Mr. 52. Himself has still never been to my house. But I like him and I trust him and I'll drop the address whenever he wants it, honey. Hello. But he has never been to my house. So the fact that these dudes that you just meet and want to pull up and they want to woo, no. Or if dating is ever on the table and, you're ready to go out on a date and whatever, and he just want to do something cheap or he don't necessarily want to take you on a date, he just want to pull up and meet you, get rid of him. He don't think you're worthy of a date, sis. Watch these red flags. Stop looking past the red flags trying to see the potential of a person. And I don't care if it got to do with like friendship or anything like that. Like, they got to go.
Story time of the most recent guy I met on Facebook dating app. I saw Leon's profile after he swiped right on me, and I thought it was pretty decent. He looked like an attractive guy, and his profile was pretty decent as well. So we start texting, and it seems to be going pretty well. But then I start noticing like he starts excessively sending me selfies of himself numerous times throughout the day, okay? Day 2, and I'm waking up to good morning, beautiful texts and a selfie. 11 a.m. comes, a selfie. 1 p.m. comes, another selfie. 5 p.m. comes, another selfie. I think you guys get the point. Now, he starts to say things like, I can't believe a girl like you would like a guy like me. Then he starts to tell me, I'm sorry, I have a lot of low self-esteem. And then I start noticing like he's apologizing to me a lot. I mean, he apologized. So I can't even count them how many times he said, I'm sorry to me via text. I'm sorry, but I just have really low self-esteem. I was not treated well in my previous relationships. Okay, so about that then. When was your last relationship?
Too soon, probably.
He tells me 4 months ago, me and my wife of 10 years officially split up. So on top of that, he still lives there with his ex-wife, but also with her new boyfriend and their new 9-month-old child.
Okay.
Math ain't mathin'.
This dude has got to be so good looking.
So we continue our conversations. I'm starting to notice a pattern of low self-esteem from him. On top of the multiple selfies he's sending me, I feel like he's just needing a validation. So I'm like, oh, this is cute. You look cute. Nice eyes. I'm not lying. He was a cute guy, but it started to get a little bit excessive for me. And I was like, oh, this is getting exhausting.
There's so many red flags here. I don't understand why she stuck around.
Before with him. So I'm already starting to see a little bit of red flags here. I'm trying to be understanding. Again, he would irk me and say things like, you are so sweet and innocent, and I feel like you just need a protector. You need somebody to protect you. I want to be your protector. I don't really need protecting, but that's really sweet. Thank you. 1 week into our conversations, he was texting me one night and says, I have to tell you something that's really embarrassing. He says, I have really bad teeth. They're all broken and missing.
Not the grill. Just disappeared. Gone.
Oh, okay. I wish
That's
you would have told me
crazy.
this sooner, but like, I get it. Like, you were probably embarrassed or whatever. I'm not trying to be like shallow here. And I didn't tell him that, but I'm telling you guys that, like, I'm not trying to be shallow here. Like, I'm trying to be understanding. He does seem like a sweet guy, but again, fresh out of a relationship, still living with her. You have other kids you don't see. You're overdoing it with the selfies, telling me you have low self-esteem, and now you're telling me you don't have any teeth on top of it. Like, it's just a lot. One night he tells me,
But why are you still there is my question. I couldn't do it. I couldn't stick around that long.
so he sends me a video of him doing poi. And while he's doing that, I do see that he is missing all of his top front teeth. They're all gone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not the
The
teeth.
video was, I feel bad saying it. It just kind of gave me the biggest ick. Not even just because of his teeth, just all in general. It was just not it. And
Finally.
I gasped a little bit. I think I did. Yeah. The final straw where I finally had to end things with him is when he told me that he is polyamorous. I did not know what polyamorous was, so I went and Googled it. I mean, like, he's into guys, but, he did do stuff with him, and he doesn't mind doing stuff with guys. He's just not into them. Okay.
That's a
So
lot.
I finally had to gently pull that plug and say, look, honestly,
Gently?
you're a great guy. You deserve to be happy. And I'm sure you're going to find the person that you're meant to be with. But I just don't think you and I are on the same common ground. I don't know. We're just not there. And I wish you well. But this just isn't going to work for me. So we're going to have to end this. But he never responded. And that was that. And to be quite honest, I have stayed far away from the Facebook dating app after this one.
Something I always say, the better looking you are, the more you can get away with. Always.
One of the main reasons why I do not do online dating is because of the inconsistencies. I don't have too many guys sliding in my DMs on TikTok, but I had one or two, and this recent one slid in my DMs. He told me that he was interested in me and asked me, can he get to know me? I told him, yes, you can get to know me, and I would like to get to know you. He asked the questions, and I asked questions. And when I asked my last questions, he didn't respond. I do understand that everybody don't be on social media every day for whatever reason. Could be they could be at work or whatever. But he was steady making posts. And so I gave it another day, 2 days, still nothing.
Too many.
The third day, I messaged him and asked him, are you sure you're interested in getting to know me? He quickly responds and said, yes, I am. And happy birthday and blase, blase, blase. Another short conversation. And then I got left on red again. I gave it another whole day. Homeboy was making posts. Blocked. I blocked him. I am in my 40s and you are in your mid-30s and acting like this? Nah. I ain't about to go through that. And that goes for anyone else. And if you're not interested in someone, don't bother them. Leave them alone. Because you a whole big red flag. And I caught it just in time. No.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.